Plenty of numbers there. Let me now introduce my guest. He's got decades and decades of market experience. He's a firm believer of value investing and is the A student of behavioral finance. Parag Parikh, a profile of him.
Parag Parikh is a man who sticks to his guns, like in 1998 and 2000 when he sensed the IT bubble and sat on cash. He did initially lose money but came out of it saying, "I told you so." His experience spans over 3 decades. He started off as a sub-broker in 1979 and was one of the first to offer portfolio management services with an annual return of close to 24%. Parag is a student of behavioral finance. He believes timing the markets is impossible. You can only time your purchases. And so he bought Oracle at 440 rupees, which then shot up to 2,500, and emphasis at 170 rupees, which is now at 2,500 levels.
Parag joins us now at this beautiful location in Bandra. Parag, good to have you on
Thank
now.
you.
Thank you for joining us. First things first, Parag, let's understand 2010. What's your prognosis for the year?
Well, markets are really up just now. So I want a 2009 to really come back, because that's where you got really good values in the market. 2010, if you ask me, we are rejoicing because the stocks are up. But as an investor, I'm really not happy because not many values are today available in the markets. Everything is just going up.
Parag, for someone who believes in the word value, and you're a student of behavioral finance, how's value looking, and what is behavioral finance perhaps telling you?
Well, behavioral finance, the basic motto of behavioral finance is you got to be fearful when others are greedy, and you got to be greedy when others are fearful. So if you ask me, everyone is greedy, everybody wants to be in the stock markets. So I think that's a red signal for me, because when everyone is greedy, I want to be fearful. Because what if the party stops, and if you have bought stocks at such high prices? So I think, and values, I doubt whether they are available today. The way the prices are going up, every asset is becoming much more expensive. Not to say that values will never come, because a lot of time people do a lot of stupid things which creates values. And I'm sure 2010 will offer opportunities for a value investor, but they're going to be difficult, because once in a way you may come across some good values.
Okay, at this point in time, let me introduce some of the stocks Parag and his firm had identified in 2008 and early part of 2009. ICRA, sub 200. It is above, for the stock now as we speak, is above 800 rupees. Emphasis, again, sub 200. So it's been a 5-bagger for Parag and his firm. And then Oracle, from sub 500 to current price of 2,500. You still own the 3 stocks you identified in 2008 and 2000?
Yeah, definitely. They are really good values, and just now we want to ride the wave. But if you ask me, would I buy those stocks just now? Well, I won't buy it with the confidence I bought it about a year back. But still, they are good buys. They have got a good business model, a good moat around the business, and we are pretty confident of them,
Let's talk about all of them one by one, and let's start with ICRA. A unique idea. It's an idea which is rare to find in many portfolios. Tell us more about why do you like that space?
We like the space of credit rating agencies, because today the government wants every corporate borrowing about 10 crores to be have their funds credit rated. There are only 2 firms. One is Standard & Poor's CRISIL, and another one is Moody's. So there are 2 international players. They both have a presence over here through CRISIL as well as ICRA. Now, what a beautiful business model. You don't require much capital, space. You don't require exceptionally good people. You require good people. They have a system which takes care of the credit rating from the balance sheets which are offered to them by the companies, and a credit rating of A+ or B- or anything still gives them the fees every year, and every year they have to get them credit rated. So one would ask, which is better, CRISIL or ICRA? Well, it's basically an oligopoly, because any corporate who has to get himself rated, he would get them rating from both the companies, and wherever he's got a good rating, so there's business enough for them. It's a great business with a good moat around and a steady source of income which we can visualize for the next 5 to 10 years.
ICRA has gone up from sub 200 levels to about 800 plus. What's your price target for ICRA for let's say next, where do you see ICRA moving in next 12 to 16 months?
See Nikunj, the mistake people make and lose money in the markets is because they consider a 200 price and an 800 price, it's gone up very much. But you got to see how the earnings have been catching up. And the earnings of ICRA and CRISIL, the way they are catching up, no doubt they have become expensive. But where will I get a better business than this? So I cannot tell you a target, but I can only understand one thing, that there's a great opportunity for these companies. And yes, if the market does something very stupid and just starts staging the stocks, then I may think that okay, let me exit. But otherwise, once in a way you get good businesses which you have bought at a good wonderful price, and if you have got that, before selling I'll see whether I'm getting another opportunity or I'll be in cash and wait for even a year to get an opportunity like this.
Now Parag, it's interesting, 1999 when the world was chasing IT stocks, you were a bear. You were maintaining cash and you never invested during that dot-com boom. But some of your best investment ideas in the recent past, they've come from the IT basket.
Yeah. IT basket, it's not IT basket as such, because as I told you, we look at individual companies, we really don't look at a sector or anything, because sector favorites come and go. And I'll give you an example, Emphasis. It was not something to do with IT per se. Emphasis was taken over by EDS, EDS got taken over by HP, and HP, one of the biggest companies, they have got an outsourcing arm as Emphasis. And just now the turnover of Emphasis is about 1% of that of HP. And if HP wants to outsource from over here, if this turnover becomes 1% to 2%, it's a double for the company. So it's a fantastic business and it's now going to close down all of a sudden because of the recession. The world has not come to an end. Secondly is Sonata. Sonata was available last year about 15-16 rupees with at least 7 to 8 rupees cash in the balance sheet. It's got its business in Europe. Most of its revenue come from the euro. And just now what happens is all of a sudden if the dollar becomes weak, then all the IT sector goes down. But then if you have chosen individual companies, there's a great potential. So it's not that we are buying IT for IT's sake, but some companies which are well run, which have got a good business model, that's where the business is.
All right, Parag, stay with us. Let's take a break. When we come back, we look at specifics and also Nifty.